Let's get a crack-a-lacking. We live, we live, we live, we live.
What up, my brother? How you feeling?
What's going on, dog?
Another day in the life. Another day in the life.
Yeah,
Shit. You know
yeah.
what? Maybe I should get my Hold on a second. I got something for you.
Oh, okay. All right, all right. Any given
You know,
Sunday. Welcome to
we
another
can't sit
Sunday.
here and not. Yeah. I had to get myself resituated here.
Okay.
You know. Um. Yeah. Wild day, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah.
Definitely an interesting day.
Trader Sunday. You know what I mean? You know, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
another day in the
Shit.
day
I
in the
mean,
life.
me and you were in some trade talks today.
Yeah, man. I mean, I hung around the gym a little more than I wanted to because you know what I mean I was trying to get something done. Didn't accomplish what I wanted. Just because I ain't gonna just take anything, and I get it. Pause. Because again, I don't expect some coaches to just take every deal they offer too. So it's got to make sense on both sides. I absolutely understand that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even when it's a player that wants to go to a certain thing or a certain situation or whatever the case may be. My only thing is that, and I kind of want to save it for the show. I didn't really want to get into it, us be wasting content in a phone conversation versus bringing it on here.
Mm-hmm.
Is I think, and I know you wear two hats in this situation because you are a board member as well as a coach. You know what I mean? But I think that the league needs to give some serious thought to uh, allowing trades to go through, regardless of if a player agrees to it or not. Because, again, I hate to resort back to the NBA and stuff. It's like, but you adopt some of the NBA rules in the league, but you're not adopting everything. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing
Mm-hmm.
that, again, that can hold stuff up. That can keep disgruntled players in certain spots because then the coach says, "Well, I'm only required to play you 5 minutes," and that in itself could cause an
A
issue
lot of
too
turmoil.
because a
Yeah.
guy's feeling like, "Yo, I done paid. I'm coming down here every week." You know what I'm saying? Like I'm coming from this place or whatever the case may be, and you only playing me 5 minutes. Like guys are gonna start to take it personal, not like it, which could cause a bigger issue. And because a player is stuck on a team where that clearly he doesn't want to be there, like it's kind of both sides. You know what I'm saying? Because again, like players can just shut a deal down if they don't like the situation they're going to. And it's like, yo, you're
Mm-hmm.
still on the team. You're still on a team in the league. So why does it matter? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get it in sports. It's been done before. People dictate where they go in certain situations. I get it. I get it. I get it. But this ain't that.
Yeah.
Like, and that's something that definitely needs to be addressed for sure.
Well, I
Definitely
mean,
addressed.
like it can be addressed, but I don't ever see it changing. This
Why?
league's well, the reason being is this league has been shit. This league is older than I am. This league is at least 50 years older, even more. And for people that don't know the history of the 35 and over league, it actually was one league. Um, at one point. Actually, it's now multiple leagues because the 35 and over actually was the 35 and the 45, and they kind of disbanded. I guess one division went one way, and they just adopted the age limit, whatever. But the rules have been in place since way back then.
Yeah.
It's always been a draft to interleague. It's always in order for it to be fair on all sides, all four parties have to sign off on those papers. Because if you do it like this, where the coaches have all the power and they sign off on their rookies and just send them wherever, now the rookies are going to feel a certain way because it's like, okay, y'all are dictating where I go. We are, and a lot of people don't like to come into a league where they're not playing with their buddies. You know,
Yeah, but again, this isn't a league where this isn't a league where you can bring your own team. Because if that was the
yeah,
case, all right, I get it. So this is a league where it's a draft situation. and you're not always going to end up on teams of where
On the
people
team that
actually
with your friends.
you know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like,
definitely.
yeah, some people can dictate certain things as far as it, but like, again, a trade to hold up a team because they can't get rid of that player, and
Hmm.
like
And that's out of
the
fairness
player
of the
doesn't
player.
want to sign off on it,
Hmm.
and again, the team is only required to play them 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's just like it's crazy, though. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it hasn't been crazy until recent. Like the new age of basketball players where everybody wants to be buddy buddy, they've kind of changed and kind of aggravated the league a little bit with this old, I want to go play here, I want to play here, when it's always been a tradition. You play wherever you got drafted to. Now, they give you in the past, I think it might have been week 7 was the trade deadline. We've extended that to week 10 to kind of give teams and people enough time to kind of figure out if this is the right situation for them and whatnot. I just feel like there's a lot of, on both sides. I feel like there's a lot of coaches that are in bad situations and they're stuck with guys that they really can't deal with. And so they want to push this where it's like, hey, coaches should have all the rights to trade away whatever players, but that's not fair to the players, and stuff like that. And I understand coaches are
It's
like,
not
hey,
fair to
well,
the coaches either, though. It's not fair to the
excuse me.
coaches.
Well, the coach is the one that picked them.
It's not fair to the coaches.
Yeah, but the coaches are the ones that picked them, and the coaches are the ones that are supposed to do the homework on these
No,
players. Like,
sometimes you no again, like, so for a team like myself that
yes,
I mean, obviously the team was already together before I got there, right? But
hmm
before that, there's an expansion draft where again you pick the players, but you're picking like from the best of what's there. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? Like, or you do pick a player and like, it can be good at first, but things can change.
yeah,
And it can happen, you know what I'm saying? So, like,
hmm
again, so if that's like anything. That's happened in all sports
no,
where
it definitely happened. I
guy
mean, it's
there,
happened to me
and
plenty of times.
shit changes. The
Yeah,
vibe, everything just changes to where it's like, nah, listen. So a best thing is let's part. Let's just move on from each other. But
hmm
again, in this situation, you're stuck because you can't. You have to get the player to sign off on it for it to go through.
yeah,
And if
you
that
got 10
player is
weeks to
just
do
like,
that.
if that player is just like, what? Again, I get it because there's this, I guess this would be considered like there's just a trade clause and a no trade clause in this thing right here, in this league, because y'all just
No,
whatever
there's a
it
trade
is.
clause. It's just that I feel like there's a lot of coaches out here that, you know, actually I won't say a lot. There's a few coaches out here that they
Yeah,
always feel like they need to come off on the winning side on a trade.
no,
So,
yes, that's true.
they
You
like,
right about that.
Jermaine, you're probably one of the more fair guys, to tell you the truth. You're probably one of the more fair guys
Oh,
in the
I know
league
I am. Oh, I know I am,
because
fair guy.
yeah, you're probably
I
one of the more
know.
fair guys in the league. But there's a lot of guys that they need a solid player and they need a first round pick, and it's like, huh? Or you're trading away for a 40-something-year-old guy, and they're still asking for a first round pick. That doesn't really make sense to me.
Yeah, but some
Leave.
guys want to just give you their end of the bench.
Yeah,
Guy they just looking to clear and you know what I mean, and not be at least be realistic in what they're like, trying to do. Like so.
yeah. You had a trade earlier that I'm not going to disclose it. I mean, if you want to, you can. But the trade I heard was a fair trade that you gave that you thought was going to work out well for both sides. And
Absolutely.
for some reason, it just didn't happen, and it baffled me because it's like, if you got a guy complaining about a player that they don't want, and they're saying they're doing anything to get him off the team, I don't understand why, if a good trade, a fair trade was given to you, I don't see why you don't take it. So that just tells me that you're looking for more,
Yeah.
out of this. Like, it has to be a definite win-win. Like, and it's like, come on, man. I don't know. Like, this whole trade thing kills me. Because I tell a coach in a heartbeat, like, well, listen, you pick that guy. Like, I've made the faults and picked guys that I didn't know what their temperament was, and I had to deal with them. And I found the best.
In the corner, Brown fakes, fires up the three. Bang! Bang!
Wrong buttons. Whoa.
Oh, it's that time. I was about to say, oh shit, it's time to go home. The buzzer beater.
It's that time, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event.
On Dead Dogs, the Grove Hall show got it locked. The best sports show in New England, it's your first stop. See Coach Maine handle topics like he got the rock. Point guard, drop it off, help you find your spot. You know Payne got the streets on smash. Dropping jewels every time like J-Kid off the glass. And let's keep it real, everybody game for real. That's why we got Mr. Maritime here to seal the deal. Tune in.
My nigga Reek, man.
Word up.
My nigga Reek.
Roxbury Reed.
Reek happy.
It's funny seeing that intro now, and you see Dave Gratton. He's with the Celtics. Then now he's with the Timberwolves. As we just get into a little bit of early OTL trading. Today's the trading deadline. Obviously, not a lot of big fireworks that went off outside of that big deal, which was the two Daves going to the Timberwolves.
Timberwolves, yeah. Dave Gratton and Dave Blasio.
Yeah. What'd you think of that when you heard that?
It was something that needed to happen, but at the same time, it was kind of weak. I love my brother Kamani Payne, DJ Payne, but DJ Payne is in the 45s, man. He still says he's offering his services to come down and play, but it's a loophole that he was able to get over on. I mean, it is what it is, but I hopefully all players, in part of that trade, hopefully it works out well. Mr. Gratton seems like he's all right over there. Okay. He doesn't seem as disgruntled as he was. Dave Blasio, he may want to move next year, but we'll see.
Okay. Interesting.
We'll see. But John has a good team over there with the Celtics. I kind of like the toughness that he has a complete team.
He still has some really good still has some really good pieces over there.
Yeah, Patrick is tough. I like Patrick. He's starting to grow on me. Workhorse.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And yeah, John had him playing with him in the men's leagues before. You know what I mean?
Okay. So he already knew. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was like, he kind of drafted him kind of high, I thought. Then I was like, but now I can kind of see.
I already knew what he brought to the table. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, no, he's a solid player. Definitely a solid player.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, no big fireworks.
So get at me, man. I know you waiting. Get at me. What you want to know about the show?
Huh?
What we're gonna get into? What you want to know about the show?
Well, the show is gifted. The show tonight, man, is gifted. I'm talking
about the Lake Show.
Huh?
I was talking about the Lake Show, but okay.
Oh, you talking about the Lake?
Yeah, because I know there's more to it. I know there's more to this.
You don't want to do no trade, man. I mean, at the end of the day, what we were proposing, it would have worked out for both sides. But
yeah, the me and you trade would have worked out for both sides. Definitely would have.
I think it would have. I think that would have worked out for both teams. Again, I think I make those fair deals to people where I'm trying to get the best for both of us, not just the best for me.
Yeah.
And certain coaches are trying to get the best for them versus, and I get it. You know what I mean? I get it. I'm just not the one to do that with. So that's just not gonna happen. And vice versa. So
and I'm just a person like, I don't have a problem making a trade. It's just got to be something that's fair. Like, I'm not gonna get stuck up. There has been a couple of times I've given away some good pieces, but there was a plan, for later on down the road.
What you talking about? What, are you insinuating anything? I'm just curious.
Well, I have given away some good pieces in the past, you know,
We did a trade in the
Joe.
past. So that's why I'm wondering, are you referring to me as you say that you that
Well,
trade?
I could use you in that one too, but I think I made a good cherry. I sent Booth to John Charles because I thought, you know, it was time for us to part ways, and it probably would have been better for him over there. You know, I had a team at the time that was struggling, and it just wouldn't work out well. And I do know that same draft you wanted me to grab Mike McGee,
Yep.
and
Yep.
but I had already foreseen that this was not the right situation for Mike McGee. Mike McGee is a dog. He wants to play with dogs. He wants to play with guys with sound mind, and he wants to play with guys that, you know how to play basketball. And at the time, we didn't have a lot of guys on our team that were, you know, up to par. You know, we had a few, and so I know me and you jostled on that. But, you know, I thought my bigger need was a big man because we definitely were kind of short also. And I just knew Mike's temperament wouldn't work well on some of the guys because Mike is going to hold you accountable, and Mike is not going to sit there and hold his mouth. And so I just felt that it was just best for him to go somewhere else because this wasn't going to be the right team. It just wasn't going to fit.
Listen, I respect it. I mean, we got some people in the green room. We're gonna pull on.
Yeah.
This man. We're gonna pull on.
Hey, bring them on up.
You know what I mean? Let's get some good brothers on here. We got my brother. Hey, we going Jay. Where you at, man? Jay got his, you know what I mean, mic off and the camera off. Okay, Jay, we're gonna put you back in the green room then, man, so you can rock out. We're gonna bring on a good brother.
Coach Steve.
What's up, man? What's going on?
Nah, man, chill. What's up with y'all?
Ain't shit. We're sitting here.
Cool, man.
We was talking about this whole trading thing, and as a new coach in the league, I want to get your thoughts and opinions on it. Because you've been, to no surprise, you've been active since you've been in the league on the trade front.
Listen, he's put together a nice little nucleus on the low real quick. You know, last year we were laughing at him, but this year, listen.
No, whole name change.
They putting in some work.
Listen, we made a trade today.
What are your thoughts on what are your thoughts on players having like the final say, so to speak, on like trades? You know what I'm saying? Like, so where it's like, so if you got a player that's disgruntled, he doesn't want to play on your team, you know what I mean? Like, but you can't move him because he has to agree on it. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, in a sense, I don't like it, but it's also good to know that you have that communication with a player that be like, I don't want to be here. So you try to figure out what the best solution is. Prior to a player just be like, all right, I'm gonna ride the bench, I'm gonna tough it out for the year. It's good to know. But the problem is with those disgruntled players, a lot of other coaches don't want them neither, nor do they want to deal with them. So it's like they want to, like, as soon as a player wants to get a trade, a real coach is gonna go. That's what the pick on. Like, yo, why does he want to get traded? Is it playing time? Whatever it may be. Like when I made the trade with Beans, it made sense because Beans needed a backup point guard when Paul's not there. So that's why the first initial was, hey, Carl's not really feeling his rotation on the team. So good, let's pick up Carl. And you know, with the Will and Chuck trade, cool, we'll take that too. I needed somebody that wasn't scared to rebound at that point in time. Like Chuck is too big to be in this league to not be rebounding the way he should be. So that
Will will
trade made
definitely
sense.
give you his all. Yeah,
Right,
he'll
you know what I'm
definitely
saying?
give
Like,
you his all on that.
East Coast to East Coast didn't really matter to me because I knew where the fit was going to work.
right.
Granted, Carl no-showed. They picked the Rel. I didn't think Rel made any sense to be on their team because Rel don't want to be a point guard. So him going on that team really didn't make a sense. But at that point, Rel for Keith,
Right.
in a sense, whatever, you got to make it cool, even it out. But I
Yeah.
mean, as far as like disgruntled players, that really don't bother me. I mean, it's because again, I could trade a player that don't want to go on the team, and if you're paying $225 to go sit on the bench of somebody else's team that don't want you, that's kind of whack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a lot of these players, they feel like they're gonna give the same output on other teams. I don't see it. Like you're going to be the same person on that other team. You may not even get the run that and they already have a core. You may not even get the shots that you was looking for, that you had on that previous team. So sometimes I'm just like, man, I'll see a player talk about trade, and I'm just like, I don't know if you know what you're in for. Sometimes I don't get it, but the trade that you did make, that definitely was a great trade. I think it worked out for both sides. And y'all got to win today too.
Yeah, back to back. Two
Yeah, and I
Sundays
heard
in a
you
row.
talk about who's next. I didn't like that part.
Did y'all play today, Stis?
Jazz.
Jazz. Okay. Oh, the Jazz. The Jazz.
To be honest,
Francis paying for chicken this week.
I'll take the win, but they didn't have Tack, which makes a major addition to their team. But they already disgruntled over there anyway, so they just made our win easier because people's not paying attention to the miscommunication they have on their team over there anyway. So we just took advantage of it. To be honest with you.
Okay.
Yeah, and them guys, man, them guys love picking against the Warriors, man. I watched that podcast last night, man, and Sammy, I know we didn't want to turn this into that, man, but like, he made a point, like, in the podcast last night to say, like, the Warriors on the 7-game losing streak, and I went on the podcast last week and said that, I said, like, this is the longest.
This is the worst
I was on, like, in my coaching career ever. I never had like a loss like that before, you know what I'm saying? But he made a point to say that on the show last night, even when they were picking other teams this week. He said, "Oh yeah, like the Warriors is on the 7-game losing streak." Like, damn, Francis, like, why you feel away? Why you feel away with me, man?
Francis is not the coach of that team, just so to let y'all know.
Okay.
Oh man.
Like,
I'm gonna just keep my head down.
Francis is not the coach.
Francis, you my guy, man. Like, you my guy. It's all love. But I don't know why you be like messing with me, man. Why you like messing with me? You know what I mean? It's a long season. You know what I'm saying? It's plenty of time left. Brandon left. Guys just threw dirt on our name. They just automatically not looking at the fact that Thomas wasn't there also. You know what I mean? Dre is just coming back.
Dre is still coming back from injury.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just been a few things trying to get.
Y'all played the Thunder today, right?
Guys acclimated. Yeah, played the Thunder today. You know what I mean?
People said y'all only won because T-Will wasn't there.
Again, we didn't have Dre or Thomas.
Strong. That was a good win. That was a strong win.
We have Dre or Thomas. Like, I don't get it. We didn't have Dre or Thomas. So, like, if people say T-Will wasn't there, like, look at who we didn't have. And again, we still don't make excuses. It is what it is. You just see what it is. But like, we get out there and we hoop. We had 6 guys. We went out there. We was hooping today.
Did Zach play today for y'all?
No, he didn't play.
No.
Listen, hey.
He didn't play. He came to the game. He came late. He had his shades on. He was cool. He
was dressing like a free agent. I see him. Hey.
You know what I mean? He didn't want to play for the team. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we tried to get a deal done. It didn't get done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I tried my best, but it's got to work best for me too, not just the other team involved.
No, you're right, because you even went to getting the third team involved and whatnot. So you definitely was trying to get it done. It's just, I'm a person that no one's ever going to put me under pressure. And not saying that you was, because you wasn't. But
you're a little stubborn too, though, bro.
Oh, I'm definitely stubborn. I'm definitely stubborn.
I love you to death, but you're stubborn as hell.
Oh, I'm definitely stubborn. But I just was like, if it doesn't work for me, or first of all, I'm a coach that I'm not a dictator. I'm not going to sit here and just pick and choose my own whatever. If guys want to come down to the draft, we sit here. This year, me and Jeff was at the draft together. Everybody else could have came down and we could have went over, the pluses and minuses of the guys out there. But when it comes down to making trades, I need to make sure that everybody on the team is cool with the trade, because you don't want to put a person on the team that certain people are not cool with or can't play with. And so it was like a 50-50 thing.
I'm iffy on that right there. I'm not running it by. I ain't running it by the whole team. Well, if I'm making a trade, I ain't running. And so players on my team, I'm sorry if you're hearing all this for the first time. Like, I run it by like one or two at the top of the food chain, one or two. And if I really feel like it's something that even those two guys are going against, and I'll make an executive decision. I tell my guys that off top. If it's something that I'm like, y'all, I'm telling y'all this is a good deal, and y'all not just listening to me, then I'm making the trade. Y'all just gonna have to live with it. You know what I mean?
Because I'm like, because when it comes, like, I love every pick I made. Like, there's not, like, I picked these guys because I like their game. There's not a guy on my team that I didn't pick
you like,
that
bro. Come on, cut it out.
Well, name a person on my team.
I don't know. I'm asking you. Every pick you like.
Every pick I picked, I like their game. Every pick I picked, I like their game or something about it. I'm not saying I don't make mistakes. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, not saying I don't make mistakes. Shit, we all make mistakes, but every pick I pick, I like their game. Yeah. That's why I made that pick. So for the ones that I really, really like, I'm gonna try my best, especially if they're disgruntled. I'm gonna, hey, let's have a sit down, let's have a conversation. What can we do to kind of make your life easier, or what do you see that's wrong here that you want me to kind of fix? And then we'll go try to fix it to my best ability. If I can't, then okay, then it is what it is. We can move on. If that, even if that means us parting ways, it is what it is. But
what Shiz Davis say? Shiz Davis say you can't run it by other guys on the team, but then not work with a guy to get traded.
Oh no, I work with both sides. I even with the trades, I work with that too.
Listen.
Yeah.
I work with a player to get. If you come to me and you tell me you want to get traded, let's.
Shiz on here. Shiz should have been on here. That way, because Shiz definitely got a lot to say. Shiz definitely got a lot to say. I would love for Shiz to come on here next week or something like that. Jump on.
Steve, how do you do? How does the chain, if you don't mind, how does the chain of command of your when you're gonna make a trade, right? How does the chain of command go as far as your hierarchy?
I talk to my captain, which is Sleep. And the games I'm not there, Fat Boy is coaching, so that's the only people I really talk to be honest with you. And then I'll put in the group chat, hey fellas, there's a trade coming. I don't go into details, so that way there's no surprise when they see a new player on Sunday. But I run it by them. Sleep will speak to the person who's about to come on our team, make sure they're a perfect fit, and we just do the proper communication. But I'm not about to ask everybody, because I had one situation with one player who's now on Sammy's team. He had beef with another player on my team, with a brother situation, living situation, and he came to me and said, hey, this may not work for me. And I said, respectfully, all right, cool, when you ready, we'll figure it out to make this trade happen. But it's a difference at the end of the day. I ain't gonna hold nobody, so at any point in time you want to leave, you want to leave. But all that going through everybody and seeing how you feel about it, ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah.
Shiz, we see you come. Shiz, we gonna bring you on next Sunday, yo.
Yeah,
we're bring you on next Sunday.
Nah, like Shiz is one of the people. Like, even though Shiz makes me mad, he's probably one of the people I listen to the most. Like, at the time, I won't give him the benefit of knowing that I'm listening to him. Sometimes I'm just like, nigga, just get me the fuck away from me. But I really do listen to Sean Davis, because Sean Davis, even though he's explosive, he does have a lot of the right shit to say and whatnot. He knows his shit.
He came from the other side of the gym and said something about that call today that happened when the ball
hit the top.
Steve, it hit the black part behind the thing, like a little bit above the score thing, and bounced in like on some trick shot shit. And Billy was like,
they call that bounce?
I'm like, what?
No, they didn't call that a bounce. But people, and this is what I don't understand. Like, I'm seeing it, and I know if it hits the black part is behind the backboard. Anything behind the backboard is out of bounds.
Right.
So if it hit the black thing, it should have been, but that shit went in and went in. I said, "Oh man, listen,
it should have been out of bounds, but he let it go through."
The referee situation down here, and I don't target the referees. I'm a referee myself. I love all the referees, and I respect the job, because it's a hard job to do, especially in this 35 and over league. 35 and over is probably the hardest league to ref anywhere because of, we're a little bit growner than when we were in Rico's league, where you're still looking at, Big Brother is still there trying to, keeping you cool. In the 35 and over, you feel like I'm that nigga. I'm boss. So ain't nobody gonna tell me. Ain't nobody gonna talk to me no certain way. And there's no one that can kind of calm them guys down.
Right.
But our referee situation is tough because of the Pats. And we still have some issues that we need to straighten out. But we're doing our best. We're trying our best. We even had Marlon come on down. Had a conversation with Deb. We're having a meeting actually tomorrow, where we can kind of sit down with the board and everybody. And for people that don't know, we've added Tony Lee onto the board. We also added Sherman onto the board as the head official, and stuff of that nature. But we're gonna sit down and we're gonna try to figure this out. But it's tough.
Okay, I like that. Hold on for 1 second. We got another. My man, he's finally in the green room. You know what I mean? He's doing his great dad thing, man. Give my brother some love, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So Sean Davis ain't on because of you? Because I see what you got in store for him.
Jay, what up, man?
What's going on, bro? What's going on, fellas?
Nah, man, we was talking
chilling, man.
We talking about the 34 5 and over league down to Tobin.
Okay.
And all the politics of that, you know what I mean? You old enough when you coming down there, man, to play, man?
He old enough.
I'm old enough. I've been old enough.
Oh, you okay? When you coming down there, brother? What's going on?
He told me 2 years ago you were gonna come on down. He ain't been down.
Hey, man, weekends is that's my day off, man. That's resting.
I feel you.
All right, man.
Like I told my guys, I got maybe 2 more years down here at the most. Other than that, I'm about to retire from coaching. Now I'm cool. Like all these young cats, it might be time for me to move on. They just play the game a lot different from the way my age group played the game.
Yeah.
Nowadays it's all about putting the ball in the hoop. It ain't like, there's other, parts of the game and stuff that some of them don't even pay attention to. And I'm just like, I'm kind of through with all that. Like, man, it might be time for me to take my talents to the 45 or something. Like I can't, leave you and Steve down there.
Happen over here, dog. This is it. The Tobin's the last stop for me. When the Tobin, that's it. That's after the Tobin. It'll never be 45 and over. But thank everybody for joining, man. We finally got the whole cast here. So Gifted is the title of tonight's show. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so, through the years of our city, man, we've saw some of the best, and whether they have went on to be pros or not, you know what I'm saying? Like we really saw some gifted athlete. So it could be a basketball player, football player, whatever the case may be, but that's the discussion for tonight, man. So I mean, we just started off kicking around the room as far as like talking about, naming some of the most gifted athletes that you were blessed to see. So someone that maybe
any sport,
any sport, yeah.
Any sport.
Okay. An athlete that you were blessed to see, someone that was just so gifted. You know what I mean? Whether it was two-way athlete, two sport, whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? And we could just kick it off with 3 to 5, however you're feeling. So, who want to go for Little? You want to go first?
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm over there. Bunny Jefferson. Basketball, football. It didn't even matter what Bunny did. Like even track. Bunny was on the track team too, and he was something to see. But he just basketball wise, like he just struck fear in everybody. Like he'll come in the gym with the Bunny outfit, looking like a clown, whatnot, but he's coming in to put in work. Like, and I mean, I done seen him dunk on so many people. Like, it's just crazy. Like, but I would say Bunny Jefferson probably was one of those guys. You know, basketball wise, football wise, same thing. Like, because he was a killer on the field. I was scared of him. I didn't want to tackle him. He played quarterback, running back. It didn't matter, but probably that dude right there. How many guys do you want me to sit here and throw out there?
No, I said, you know, however I said 3 to 5, but like, you know what I mean?
3 to 5.
Yeah.
Washington Park days, I would say Keenan Smalls.
Mm.
Keenan Smalls was one of them dudes, man. Listen, like I picked up Keenan when Keenan was like maybe right out of high school, maybe had him playing with us and stuff like that. But I would make it down to Washington Park to see Keenan play.
Yeah.
Even if I wasn't coaching, I would make it down there because I'm definitely going to see him dunk on somebody, talk some shit. Like he was one of my favorite players.
Break a backboard, you know. Like Keenan was crazy.
Yeah,
Keenan was crazy.
Yeah, and Frankie Patton, you know, that's my guy. So you know, basketball. So you know, it ain't nothing I can say. You know that you guys. Yeah, I mean, y'all know what Frankie does. You know, so you know, but I'll pass it on down to Steve.
For me, I'm gonna go Romy. Because he was one of those players that should have been in the league, straight to the league. You know, unfortunately, we already know what happened, but you know, definitely one of those players. Like, if you've seen him, you know he was getting buckets. And like I said, like straight to the league. One of the players in the OTL now. Y'all know him as Mike Jones. His original name was Mike Sawyer. When he was at middle school, and then you know went on changed his name once he went to college. But Mike is again to me best player in the OTL right now, unguardable. The man gets buckets. Rookie of the year last year. You know what I'm saying? Had the Heat win the chip.
It's rookie year,
yeah, rookie year too. And then I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. And I'm gonna say, was it Conway or wide receiver for English?
Conroy.
But
that's my guy.
Listen,
that motherfucker is fast.
You throw the ball up there, hit that man gonna get it.
Conroy
that'll probably be my top 3.
What school did he go to?
He was at English.
He was at English, Jamaican cat. Ran track and everything. It's tough.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jay.
For me, I probably played, in my opinion, the best athlete I ever played with was Jason White.
Yeah.
He was all scholastic in football and basketball. He won a Super Bowl and a state championship. He was arguably better in football than he was in basketball, and was a part of the dream team for basketball.
Yeah.
I had another kid that went to Charlestown named Bucky Jones. He literally was good at football, basketball, baseball, and hockey. He was so good that he had a scholarship offer to be a punter at BC.
Wow.
He played quarterback and receiver and DB at Charlestown. I'm trying to see. It was another one. I don't know if y'all remember Bishop. That used to.
I know Bishop.
Yeah. Yep.
Bishop. He was nice.
Yep.
And my era, it was a few, bro. But Hood to me is probably the best athlete I ever played with, because he made it look like effortless, like the way he did it. So I'll probably say Hood was probably the number one. And Dana, I don't know if you remember Dana.
Dana Bell.
Yeah.
Bell, Jalil's little brother, or Jalil's older brother. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Older brother.
13 and under, he looked like a grown man at 13. He's probably one of the best too. So, I mean, honestly, I hate to be biased, but Drew was D1 in soccer and was on the Fab Five for Charlestown. So, you know what I mean? A lot of
Yeah.
people don't realize that because you know what I mean we are older now, but people don't realize like he was good in both. So
Yeah,
that's not easy to do to
That's
play.
not biased. That's just real. That's just real.
Yeah.
I still tell him he
Will
sucked,
Smith.
but yeah, he definitely was that nigga. He
Like,
definitely was.
it's no way you can be, you know what I mean, all state in one thing and then you come over to a whole different sport and you the same thing in another one and people try to slight you like you're not good. So yeah, to me,
I know.
probably them three.
Man.
Man, what you talking about, man? What's on your? Who you talking about?
Wow.
I know you seen a lot at the league school.
Yeah. Shit.
You remember Alex Awumi? Alex
Huh?
Awumi too.
Yeah,
Oh, Alex.
Him too. He was nice. He went to the Burke, I
He
think.
went to the Burke. He went to the Burke, and then he went to Georgetown.
Yeah,
He was working with the Georgetown. Yeah, Alex Awumi. Wow. Definitely one of the more gifted. For me, I'm gonna say basketball. And he's a little younger, but he was with the Mike McGee in them era is Jason Smith.
Jay Smith.
Jason Smith, man. Jason Smith was like it, like he was on that I'm Kobe like whole vibe. He was the stuff Jason Smith used to do, yo, on the court was just dog beyond ridiculous. I mean, you said Bunny. I've got I echo the same sentiments of Bunny. I wish a guy like Bunny like grew up in a time like this where there was like YouTube and all like social media and stuff like that, because the type of personality that Bunny had, his persona was like for this era. You know what I'm saying? Like how kids have like the mixtapes. Like if a guy like Bunny had a mixtape, you know what I'm saying, with his football and basketball highlights and the stuff that he was doing, like he was so far like ahead of his time. I mean, I'm biased in this regard. Mike McGee, you know what I mean, is to me one of the most gifted athletes that, you know what I'm saying, like basketball players that's ever been, around our city. We talked about him before in the Killer Wings, the things that he was able to do on the court. And, he played AAU where it was him, Stevie Haley, and Will Blaylock. And like I heard from those own guys would say like that Mike was like one of the best players, if not the best player on that team. With those three guys, like someone that went pro, Stevie obviously went high D1, Mike didn't, he wasn't able to do that. But just for the things that he was able to accomplish, like, or just his street persona, the legendary of him, you know what I'm saying? Like, where, like, it's no question, one of the more gifted, guys. And I'm gonna give it up to my man Booth. You know what I mean? Because again, it's different individual, man. But again, another guy when you just look at
y'all that didn't see Booth,
he was 13. You know what I mean? So I know those BABC teams that he was going on hooping with and playing with some of the best players like in the country. You know what I mean? At a time, and he was out there putting in work. He was killing against some guys that went on to be pros. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like for the things that he could do for a guy his size, with his passing ability, shooting ability, like just able to play all over the court, handle the rock, like for a guy's size, that was just you had never seen nothing like that before. You know what I mean? So absolutely no question, one of the more gifted. You know what I'm saying? And Scott Clark too. Gotta say, shout out to Scott Clark. Shout out to Scott Clark, because what Scott Clark could do at 6'6" with handle, shooting ability, you know what I mean? Like, and again, for a guy that didn't, wasn't able to accomplish what he should have in life as far as, I mean, we all thought he could have been a pro, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm probably over it, but Tiny, that'd be my last one. And I know I probably went like 6, but yeah, I gotta give it up for Tiny. As I'm thinking of like guys, you know what I'm saying? Like that were so gifted at their craft, you know what I mean? And what they did, you know, with the basketball. So
I'm gonna say one name real quick, only because nobody in the city really got to see him play. But Ant Drayton, when he played at Lincoln
oh my
Sunbury,
God. Oh,
listen,
Yeah,
bro,
yo,
listen,
he was a bucket.
different,
led the state in scoring,
different.
man. He led
Yeah,
the state in
listen,
scoring a couple
different.
times. He ain't led the state in
hmm
scoring. He led the
Different. And
state in
everybody
scoring a
forget
couple
about him
times.
so much, bro. When I tell you, but literally, when I tell you, it didn't matter who was guarding him, bucket.
Mm.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, definitely. Drayton, one of the whew.
Yeah, ain't too many people. Yeah, Ant definitely was one of those. Yeah, you know, because like I watched him, Sean Hines. You know, who else was with them? Matter of fact, what school did they
Stevie
go
on
to?
that team, Stevie Juice, they all went to like Trinity, I believe.
Was it
I believe all
Trinity?
those guys were at Trinity. Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah, those guys were at Trinity.
yeah, definitely a
Speaking of
bucket.
which, man, we gotta give Jay some props real quick. Jay just put out something on Friday where he's giving out flowers, you know what I'm saying? And Shiz Davis was the first recipient of it. I thought that was a pretty dope thing. So Jay, you just want to speak on that? That's pretty fire right
Easty,
there.
I love that.
Listen,
Yeah,
That's
listen,
pretty
I'm not
fire
gonna
right
lie.
there.
I went to Southie, but I'm definitely gonna give me one of those. Only because it's Shiz. That's
Yeah,
the only
right,
time you
right.
ever see me wear anything Easty. I'll tell you that right now.
Word up.
he
So
said
Jay,
because of
man,
shiz.
real quick, you want to, well, not real quick, but you want to just tell us like what was your thought process behind, you know, that like giving out flowers and again to players that, you know, people almost you forget about like how good they really were like in their time and era and stuff, man. So what was your
Sean
thought?
was kind of a high flyer.
Listen.
People don't like people see these guys
Yo,
today. They don't know what they were back then.
yo,
Like, but Sean was
yo.
tough.
Shiz Davis still has in my life, 40 years, a top five dunk in the Lee school on Bilal. I love you, bro. So I hope you're not watching. On my man Bilal, body to body, chest to chest on that rim that you when you first walk in the gym.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like chest to chest, just embarrassing because Shiz was a young boy at the time too. B was a little older. Like
Yeah.
it was assault. It was all out. It was all out assault. Sorry about that.
But no, Bilal, I hope you are watching, Bilal. We need all the subscribers. We need all this.
I love you, B,
Don't
but
forget what Jermaine's talking about.
that was great. That was insane. That was insane.
Yeah, nah,
Man.
Talk about that.
yeah, nah. So the idea behind it, to be honest, it's not gonna just be like a basketball thing. It's gonna be more than that. Like, I got some other stuff. I got another one I'm gonna do this week. But yeah, nah, Shiz was like, so Shiz grew up in the South End. So I grew up on Mass Ave, and he grew up. His people stayed across the street, and then when I moved again behind Mass Ave, his moms and them stayed on Worcester Street. So I knew Sean since I was like 5. And it's funny, you know, Sammy said Keenan because that's my cousin. So he used to hang with
Yeah.
and then my other cousin, Jack. So they always was all together. So they used to always be at the Hunt and Tawai. And Shiz always showed love since I was like a kid. You know what I mean? Like he always, you know what I mean, was hooping. He always was with the right crowd. He never was, you know what I mean, telling us to do shit that we wasn't supposed to be doing. And anytime he seen me, he always showed love. He bought clothes. He came to Crew Love. He come to Crew Love without us even telling him. You know what I mean? He just shows up. He's on the sideline. He's passionate as if he's getting paid. So stuff like that, like I never forget. So I was just sitting down with my brother, and we were just like, yo, we should like start doing stuff to show people love. So I just came up with an idea, you know what I mean, called Giving Flowers. So for Shiz, you know what I mean, I came up with this jersey. You know, I did a lot of research. I had talked to him about it years ago. I was just looking at the messages because I was gonna do them before, and I was like, yeah, don't worry, one day I'm gonna get you. So I knew he forgot about it. So as I was like, you know, coming up with different stuff, because I got some stuff that I'm going to do for some people in my family, you know what I mean, a few people I'm close with, certain people that I don't even hang with all the time, people I'm just going to show love to, and I'm just going to do like, you know, surprise drops like every Friday from here on out. So this jersey I did was just for Shiz. I had no idea it was going to do what it did and people was going to want to buy the jersey. So what I told Sean was, I'm not gonna release it on my own. I'm only gonna sell it to whoever you tell me to sell it to. Those are the people that's gonna get it. I'm not gonna do no
So it's
general
exclusive.
exactly
Right.
no general release because I wasn't gonna drop it because he doesn't know. I spoke to his wife about it before I posted it. Let her know. I spoke to Booby. I spoke to T Lee. I hit up Will Dickerson. Like I told them, you know what I mean, what I was doing. Like, yo, this is what I want to do. This is how I want to do it. And I don't want to do the typical, you know what I mean, show up to a gym where only, 20, 30 people or a couple hundred people. Yeah. I want to put it online for it to live forever to where like that's what I want it to be. I want it to be an artistic form of flowers. Because obviously you can water flowers all the time. It's gonna die eventually. Right. This is something that his kids can have, their kids can have. Like he can hang this up in the crib, he can do whatever he want to do with it. You know what I mean? So that was just me extending my gratitude and just showing people like, yo, bro, let people smell their flowers while they still alive. Like I hate showing up to funerals, and that's the only time we get to see people. Yeah. Love and oh man, I was just with you the other day, or oh man, damn, I wish I could say, nah, let me tell bro why he's here. Yo, this is yours, bro. I want you to see how much people appreciate you and appreciate the love that you show others. You know what I mean? So I got another one I'm gonna do this week for somebody that everybody in the chat know. Like once we get off, I'll show y'all the next one I'm gonna do. And yeah, I got a few more things on my sleeve that I'm gonna do for this cap. So I'm gonna do one every Friday. So I got different joints I'm doing. It ain't gonna all just be jerseys. It's gonna be different. It ain't gonna be basketball jerseys.
Okay. Nah, but this is dope because you don't often see a lot of people just giving flowers out, especially in our state. For some reason, we got this mentality, or it feels like we got this mentality, and we kind of hate on each other. So this is kind of, a breath of fresh air, seeing you out here doing this. So, I respect this. So definitely love this idea.
Yeah.
Sean Davis,
appreciate it.
You still suck.
Word up. Now the man behind Crew Love, I'm sure you already got like the Crew Love 25 jerseys like already all set, laid out. You know what kind of idea you're gonna run with?
I got some ideas. So right now, I can say it now since I already did it. So I'm doing Charlestown jerseys this year. I'm doing Brighton's jerseys this year. I'm doing the Condon Middle School. I just did Up Academy for my man Rich. So I got a few things on my sleeve for Crew Love though. So I'm working on it.
Okay.
See, what high school you went to again?
I was at Southie.
Oh, okay.
So we talked about some of the most. I mean, mainly we did like basketball, but let's stay on basketball. But let's go over to the females as far as like who are some of the most gifted like female athletes. You know what I'm saying? That basketball players. Steve, you probably have an advantage over all of us.
I know, right?
Let's talk about the ladies.
Let me go before Steve, for he's still mine.
Let us all go before Steve. Okay?
Yeah, Steve, you're definitely last in this regard right now.
Cool, I'll take it.
Go ahead,
I'll take it.
Who's some of the most gifted female?
For me,
I'm gonna say Star Fuller.
Who?
I'm gonna say Star Fuller.
Facts.
Nigga, listen, she's tough. She was tough.
Yeah.
Yeah. I gotta go Star. Star was playing with the guys back in the days, like
Facts.
Like
absolutely busting their ass
and giving guys buckets. So it's like, nah, I can't sit there and not throw her in there.
Okay. Anybody else? That's it. That's all you got to Star?
Nah. There was a chick. I just can't remember her name. She played beside Dion at O'Brien. She looked just. I thought she was Dion's sister because they were both light skinned. I just can't remember her name.
Keisha.
Billy Smallwood.
She wears glasses now. No, not Smallwood. Smallwood. No, but she was like Dion was a senior and. This girl was maybe a freshman, Dion's Dion's senior year. But she was a bucket.
At O'Brien?
Yeah, I just can't remember her name. She's light skinned just like Dion. Now, like when I see her nowadays, she's outside, she got the glasses. She be with Dion all the time now. She got dreads.
Keisha?
Yeah. Keisha. She was a bucket. If that's her name, but she was a bucket.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, she definitely was a bucket. Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I want to say she probably played the point. No, she played maybe maybe combo guard. She might have been a combo because they had another small guard there also, and whatnot. But yeah, I would throw her up there. Other than that, damn. I would have to just say I would have to go over to track. Chick named Danielle Harris.
Mm.
She was lights out on track field. Shit, she was faster than me. She probably ran like a 4.44 for a girl. She was something else. She ran for O'Brien. She actually played. Yeah, she ran for O'Brien. She played basketball for O'Brien also, and the Tim.
Oh shit. Jay, who
Jay.
you got?
The best girl I ever seen play was Mary. That used to go to the Burke.
Listen, you lucky you got it before me. You lucky you got it before me.
I wasn't gonna say Mary.
You lucky you got it before me.
Mary was like, when I was a kid watching her, that was like some shit. She was like the first chick I ever seen where I was like, yeah, she could play with the dudes and hold her own. Like she was really like that. I see her. Steve, you remember she used to go to English. She's from OP. She
The guard with the braids?
Something with an S. Damn, I wish Fat Boy knew who I'm talking about.
Sharissa?
No.
High school?
Yeah, she went to high school. She went to English. She ended up
English.
Somebody laced her joint. She ended up sick. Yeah, she was nasty. Like she had a handle.
English.
She could shoot.
All right, Fat Boy, if you're in the comments, help us out, brother.
Damn.
That was during your time in school, right?
Yeah, she was nasty.
Elaine
was at the Burke.
Elaine went to the Burke.
He said Swoops.
What's her first name?
Fat Boy, what's the first name? Come on, help us out, brother.
Something with a was it Chanel? No. I'm telling you, she was really like that though. She was nasty. But yeah, somebody laced her blunt though, and she ended up like, you know what I mean, getting messed up off it. But she was nasty though. Like she was really
Chanel,
great.
Yeah, he said Chanel.
Yeah, Chanel. Yo, she had a handle like Kyrie on some Kyrie. She had a handle like that. She was nice. Her, but Mary was by far that was the I seen Mary literally kick some heels off and put some sneakers on and really like come in and get busy. Nice like that.
Yeah, Mary was definitely different. Mary was different.
But I would probably say Mary, Elaine, and Chanel. Those are the best. Like I personally seen.
I'm gonna go Will's sister, Mookie Blaylock, Marsha Blaylock. She was really good. She was for a small point guard, she was super. Her handle, jump shot, defense, and she was the engine behind those Burke teams with Star and all of them on there. Jessica Bruce, who was also on that team. Jessica Bruce was really, really good too. And damn, I'm gonna go Keisha. Pittman. I'm gonna go Pittman, man. Pittman was a dog, you know what I'm saying, on the court. She just had the it factor. Keisha was box office. You know what I mean? So yeah. And Steve, we know you probably still got 20 names in the clip.
So he definitely do.
Listen,
we all had the names.
That's why he had to go last.
Right up. But get to us, bro. Give us a spill, man. Because we know you got a list, man.
Well, listen, Mary still to this day, that's sis. So hands down, she'll always be my favorite female player from college to wherever. She played at everything with me. So that's first and foremost. Shea Petty. You know what I'm saying? One of those unguardable type of players. Shalice Smallwood. Northeastern Hall of Fame. Definitely the Brianna Fords that played with Elaine at Burke.
Yeah. That Burke squad, man.
There was a girl Sharissa that grew up with Mary and them that played in OP, handle out of the gym. Um,
I think I know who that is.
yeah, she was a problem. She had a little short little braids, but I'll tell you, handle ridiculous.
Yeah.
Um, the shoot, l- the Mary before Mary, Sky, who's a police officer now, who trains all the police officers.
Mm,
Problem, back then as well. Again, another small guard that would just kill.
Oh, Sky was
Um,
like that on the court for real?
yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Listen, like that. When I tell you, like that's who Mary
yeah.
emulated her game after at one point, bro.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Because I was always a little sis for her. So you know what I'm saying, just watching her and everything. Like that's one of the players that they definitely respected. Um, trying to think,
Oh,
the list is long. Like even like Kashaya Cannon Cash that worked with
Mm,
the Celtics now. One of the
mm.
Northeastern all-time 3-point scorers. Um, but yeah, we have so much talent here. Like
yeah.
even the players we got now with Sticks playing
Yeah,
overseas,
six.
YOLO, um, what's her name? Asia, that's overseas right now. Her team is, I think, third or fourth in Switzerland right now, or Australia. I think she's in. Her team's in third place. She went to Fordham, Killer Guard. We have a lot of women that's in the city, and even the ones on the outskirts that we don't really get to, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
see showcase their talent. Um, but you know what I'm saying, like this summer, hopefully, me and Fat Boy been talking, and I know Jay kind of, definitely in the loop. Definitely gonna add a little extra flavor for Crew Love this year for the women.
Dope,
And
dope,
really showcase a lot of,
dope,
it's a lot of talent.
Can I ask for one request?
What's
dope.
the request?
That little Asian joint from Cambridge, last name
Oh,
Finn.
she's tough.
Put
Oh
her
yeah.
on. Put her in there. She like that. I like her game.
No, she is.
she
Yeah.
like that for
And
real.
she started out real young.
She's
Damn.
like that. She's nice. I like her
Yo,
game.
Maine, how many people's in the chat right now?
Rich is in the chat. What do you mean? In this group, right? It's just us four.
No,
You
no,
should-
but how many people watching?
In the comment, we got like 13.
So I gotta ask a question.
Mm-hmm.
Would they want to see a Boston versus New York women's game?
That would be tough. That
Because
would be tough.
I got the New York team ready. They came out here last summer and won 2 chips back to back.
Mm.
Yes.
So I'm gonna make that phone call so we can make that happen. That way
Dog.
we
Man,
get the
listen.
best of the best, and I don't want to hear no excuses because New York gonna come with a strong 8.
Yo.
Mm.
We need to do something because it's game 7 for the men's next year. So
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Oh,
y'all hearing it here first. We'll set up this Boston versus New York women's game.
Mm. Okay.
'cause at the end of the day, we gotta stop going against each other. We gotta start letting these out of town people really feel
Exactly.
it.
yeah, for real.
Yeah,
For real.
I
For
agree.
real.
I agree.
Start having
I
them come
agree.
in here and
Well,
playing our
listen.
time.
Well, if we're doing that, then we need to start incorporating. And we got to go soon. This is gonna open up a whole other conversation. Then when we have Dorchester versus Roxbury, then it should be time to start incorporating
We're mixing it up.
Lynn, Cambridge, New Bedford, Brockton, Lawrence.
Hey man,
Just,
how you know that's
I'm
not
just, I know those conversations are probably already taking place, but I'm just like putting it out there, like
Hey,
like,
Jay,
talk
I'm
about that
not
kind of
gonna
stuff.
say that. I'm just gonna mind my business. I'm gonna let Maine just talk, and I'm just gonna sit over here on the couch and I'm gonna mind my business.
You don't agree?
You know, man, be getting the scoop.
No, I'm just saying if we like we going against other people that are not, and we tired of us going against each other. Yes, I get game 7 is next summer, game 7, 2025.
I feel like now's the perfect time because you know what I mean, after the game 7, because I feel like the talent now is really spread out. So it's not really before back then, I think it would have been like unfair. Like back when like Booby was coaching like Mission and all them like in the Big Ten joint, like if we would have put any of them teams, they would have washed anybody that we put them against. It wouldn't have been fun, it wouldn't have been fair. Now I feel like it's you got talent in Lawrence, you got talent in Lynn, you got talent I even seen I don't know if y'all seen
Tons of
this
talent in Lawrence.
in New Hampshire. Like they had a New Hampshire team now in the Lawrence thing, and they actually was all right. So I feel like after next year, that's definitely worth. I mean, a conversation. So I think that.
Yeah.
Fat Boy says stay tuned. So that means I already know it's percolating in these meetings that the CL and the MMC brothers are having privately that we don't know about. You know what I'm saying? We know that they're no work.
Jermaine, speak for yourself. Thank you.
What happened?
Just speak for yourself.
What
Yo.
happened, bro?
Just speak for yourself.
You don't want to see that?
Again, you speaking for yourself. I'm looking at Jay, and Jay know what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna let you speak for yourself. It's all right.
Okay, all right, okay.
Listen,
You know,
I'm gonna tell you
right.
right now, and you can hear me say this. Crew Love 2025, 26, 27, 28, and beyond. A lot of people in the city is gonna be mad of the stuff that they're about to do.
Okay.
Respectfully,
Well,
they're gonna
Roll Call Podcast will be there front and center.
They're gonna be mad with respect. Like, why didn't I think about that first?
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, listen. Listen. I mean, I don't have to profess my love for Crew Love. These something I already know. You already know where I stand as far as that. I'm wearing a T-shirt from the brand as we speak now, so that just lets you know. And this wasn't planned because he was coming on the show. You know what I mean? You already know my love for the guys. So you already know what time it is, man. But nah, man. Thank you guys for joining us. We definitely appreciate y'all. Absolutely looking forward to Crew Love 2025. I'm sure it's gonna be an absolute movie. And Steve, man, I hope you and Mitch. I don't know if y'all are doing it, bringing the women's tournament back. I don't know.
Definitely. I'm gonna say right now, whoever's on for next year, there'll already be 5,000 in the bag for the women's tournament. So there will be teams from New York. See where they're coming down. I only want 8 teams playing for it. If we got to get 10, I'm also cool with that.
Yeah.
But it'll be teams from like New Hampshire, Connecticut, Rhode Island, New York coming down. Hopefully, we get enough. Everybody in Boston want to play with each other, so we probably only have 2 Boston teams and then go from there. But it's definitely happening for sure.
Let me find out. Coach Steve is the new bib.
I love it.
Hey man, you know if I need some jerseys, you know.
Yeah, you already.
I got
Jay, do you want to talk about Crew Love? Anything, man? Before you get up out of 2025, anything you got going on, brother? Talk to us.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Now, my daughter just dropped her first piece, so I just want to say I appreciate the support from everybody that copped the hoodies. They're doing well. I got some more stuff, like I said, lined up. I got some dope stuff coming for 2025. Crew Love, y'all know how we do every year. You know what I mean? We try to make it bigger and better every year. So I feel like we always exceed our own expectations. So we're gonna keep the bar low because that's what we do every year, and we just keep jumping over it. So I feel like, man, it's gonna be a good year for the whole city though. 2025. I feel like everybody around the city is getting better at everything that we're doing. So it's dope to see Steve's coming back. You know what I mean, with the tournament for the ladies. And yeah, man. I mean, Harbaugh should just make one more reunion to him, man.
No. TSMP Athletics is the new brand. Harbaugh is retired. That Harbaugh is done. It's TSMP Athletics going forward. Harbaugh is retired, man. Rest in peace, Coach Greer. When Coach Greer passed away a year ago, for me that was letting Harbaugh go now, and so TSMP Athletics is the rebirth.
That's great. So keep that same energy when my women's tournament come around, and I'm looking for sponsorship.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
No problem at all. Absolutely.
Not a problem. We did. We with it.
Absolutely. We got you on that, brother. You know what I mean? So, we out of here, man. Little, you got anything you want to say before we get up out of here, brother?
Well, first and foremost, I want to thank my 2 brothers here, for popping up. Definitely blessing. Great seeing, having this conversation with you all. Because y'all definitely both doing big things in the city. So, gotta congratulate y'all on that. My man Mitch Hercules, same thing. Gotta, salute my brother also. Other than that, just shout out to my TSMP brothers, and I'm out of here. Cool.
All right, man.
How about you?
Listen, everything is good. Crew Love 2025, definitely TSMB Athletics will be in the building. And you know what I mean? Like I said, I talked to my brother C's. I will absolutely be on the sidelines with the Forever team. You know what I mean? Yeah, so just in a consulting role, C's is doing an amazing job at that right there, leading the charge as we've been 2-0 the past few years to catch up to Titus for games. You know what I'm saying? So feeling real good right now. A lot of heavy hitters are being called. A lot of heavy hitters I'm hearing are being called for this game 7 too, especially on that other side. I hear what's going on with you guys.
Listen, we were just trying to let y'all catch up a little bit to make it fair,
Hey, you see the chat, man? They said Roxbury training camp starts June 2025.
I already know. We have Booby on the show, and this conversation came up, so we know that Booby is returning over to the sidelines. You know what I mean? Game 7. So yeah, best believe me and Shiz will be in the sidelines as well with C's for game 7. So should be a good time. You know what
Definitely.
I mean? But it's been another edition, Grove Hall Podcast. Appreciate everybody rocking out. We'll see you next Sunday. We'll holla.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
All right.
Sure.